So it is time for Operation Free Range Goats. They goats, so they don't go where you want them to go. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh yeah, Angus and Humbug, always the first. But we could have a giant apiary down here with peacocks, pheasants. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? Now, I had meant to start tethering and free ranging my goats much earlier on, but as with everything here, time and expense are few and far between, so I just haven't had the chance to train these goats to where I want. So for the most part, they've been in here, but that's mean I have had to spend a lot of money on hay. Now, obviously, goats always need AdBlib hay, but I'm hoping that by free ranging them, they will need a lot less because they will have full bellies of natural forage. Now, of course, in an ideal world, I want the goats to eat this and to browse this. But of course, they're goats, so they don't go where you want them to go. So they have all of this loveliness. They have trees to nibble on. They have an entire pit this way. But of course, where do they go? They go out to the meadow. There they are. So this is actually the area where we're going to have the turkeys and the orchard, the nuttery, the nut orchard. So I think what I am actually going to have to do is, this is the edge of the nuttery and the pen is over there. So what I'll probably have to do is I'll have to build some fencing that comes across here, just so that when they come out and round and then they go down that way, because that's towards the pit, instead of coming out. Because of course out here is the market garden, is the gates to the driveway, and that's not where we want them to go at all. The whole point of having them is to have them to browse inside. I've just spotted a rat. Oh, there he goes. Whee! So I'm encouraging the goats to go that way rather than this way, because this is where obviously we've got the lookout, and I've got lots of plants that I put in that I don't want them eating. The willow dome has not done great because of the dryness. Normally you would stick these whips in and come spring they would all grow, but we've had it so dry and I haven't had any spare water to water them constantly. However, we have got some, you can see here, maybe if it will focus, we have got some in leaf. About half of them have leafed up, and then I'll just get some more whips and put them in later. Some tulips coming out, but there are some really, really, really pretty tulips that I must show you. They're actually right down here. They are absolutely stunning. Look at that. That purple is just going to be absolutely sublime. Isn't that stunning? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bucket of food and I'm going to go down with them. I'm going to see if I can encourage them to realise that they can go down into the pit. So somewhere over here is a bucket of food and we will give it a go. Okay, I have food. There are the goats. Let's see if we can get them to come. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh yeah, Angus and Humbug, always the first. Come on. Here come the troops. So, the plan is to try and take them down this way. Come on. With dogs. We've got 2 dogs with us. Come on, keep going. I'm going to feed you down here. In an attempt to get you to... What if we feed you over here, actually? There. No? And then maybe they'll realise this is where they're supposed to be coming, not over there. So we've just discovered what some people might think is rubbish, but I think is amazing. I mean, this is pile of full broken glass, but amongst it are some really cute things. Now this, unfortunately, is broken, but this, what does this say? No, it's Talbot and Co. Ipswich British Siphon. Unfortunately, the top is broken, but we found some really nice bottles, some cute little things like this. These are really nice. There's a couple of these so far that we found, and you can see there are seashells on them. So I'm thinking actually if I clean all of these up, they can be tiny little single stem vases. We could sell them with the flowers, with the cut flowers. It's a shame to waste it. There is a lot of smashed crap in here, as you can see. And it's obviously just been dumped. But amongst there, I mean, what's this? Look at that. That's nice. So I'm a little treasure trove for us to go through and clean on a Saturday or a Sunday night. So far I've got these bottles, and then I found these bottles as well. This is kind of cool. This says half and full all the way up. This is like an old Robinson's fruit drink bottle. Malt vinegar bottles here. In that pile of glass, we also found a load of bones. So half a skull here, possibly a rib. It's been there a while, it's got moss on it. A few other little bits and pieces. And this is obviously a jaw, because here are some teeth. Not sure if it's part of the same animal. Deer? Big deer. Maybe red deer. Or maybe, no, it's too small to be a pony or a horse. Deer, I think. See how much lovely grazing there is in the pit? I just need to encourage them to come down here. The rookery is really loud at this time of year as well, because obviously we've got loads of rooks and baby birds up there. But also something that I wanted to show you. I noticed yesterday, and it kind of made me happy. So we'll go through here. See, isn't this like goat Narnia? They would have the best time. They'll get here. I think at the moment they don't like to stray too far from home. But they really could have the most wonderful lives down here. Now I obviously would only let them out when I'm here, because I don't completely trust goats. Also, the road is there, and although we have stock fencing, it's a very busy road. So I'd be worried about somebody getting out. But this is where we began our bluebell wood. And you can see there's quite a lot of green on the ground. And these are all our bluebells. Now we are a bit later up here. Down south, everybody's already posting pictures in the bluebell woods, and we haven't got any flowers yet. But we always tend to be a little bit later, and also we are out more in the countryside, and it's been getting cold. However, if we look carefully, down here for example, there we go, they are starting. They are just starting to come up. So I reckon a couple of weeks, hopefully, all of these green patches you can see will be a lot more blue. In fact, I can see some blue over there. So that bluebell wood that we started 5 years ago maybe is continuing to grow, and it looks like we're going to have some good flowers this year. Look how pretty the pit looks, and because it's lower than the wind that's going over the top, it's always a lot warmer. It's so nice. So our original idea was, well, our very, very, very first idea was to make a tropical garden down here. And we were going to have like a waterfall cascading off here. And then we were going to make basically a kind of a wild garden that then went all the way through the pit. Then we had the idea to put the pigs down here to help clear the area, which we may still do. But then we were watching the guys over at White House on the Hill constructing their huge aviary. And we thought, we've already got aviary sides. We could just stick a pole in the middle, net it, and then obviously this end we'd have to build actual mesh, but we could have a giant aviary down here with peacocks and pheasants. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? So that is possibly another idea, because you could just net from up here across this whole section all the way around. We would of course have to get rid of the fox den that lives over there, because otherwise we'd be creating a restaurant for the foxes. But another possible idea for the future. So the purpose of the goats grazing the pit isn't to graze it all back and eradicate all the vegetation that's there. I like it how it is. It's really wild. There's lots of nice trees. There's lots of bracken and wild plants. But for the goats, it's free food. I only have 9 goats, so they're never going to graze anywhere too much. It won't come back. So really, getting them in this pit would be amazing. I am going to have to fence it off to keep them there. But as I said, they're only going to be down here when I'm around. When I'm not around, I'll put them back in their house. But this section is only one half of the pit. It's probably about 2 to 3 acres in size, the entire thing. So there is plenty of grazing for the goats and for the deer and for anything else we put down there. So that's the plan, and hopefully, as I say, we'll keep their feed costs down, because they'll be able to basically just naturally graze whatever they want and whatever their body needs, and it will help their overall diet, their overall health, their overall worm burdens and stuff. So that's the plan over the next few months, to get them used to coming down here and just free ranging. One thing I do want to do though is I want to get some of those really cute square goat bells so that I can hear them when they're moving around in the vegetation. A, I think it's good because I know where they are, but B, I think it's also super cute.